In the far north of England, close to the Scottish border, is a vast area of land, wild and remote. Within its boundary lies some of the most isolated uplands in the country. Here you can walk all day and only have birds and animals for company. This is Northumberland National Park. Lying in a swathe across the park is a deep bed of impermeable sandstone. Outside Rothbury, it rises to form the spectacular Simonside Ridge. Overlying the fell sandstones is black peaty earth. The peat supports heather moorland, which in turn provides a good habitat for a variety of birds. In winter, when the heather dies back, the hills look black and are known locally as the Blacklands. This is the story of those lands and the birds that live there. The tale begins in winter. Conditions are harsh and bitterly cold. On high ground, the prevailing weather is wet and windy. Heather provides low-level cover, but there's precious little to eat. Except for the hardy red grouse, the moors are deserted. At this rigorous time of year, male red grouse begin to stake out territory for the coming breeding season. Strong males occupy the best patches of heather, which is their main source of food. The weaker males are pushed to the moor edge. When the ground is covered in snow, pressure intensifies, and many weaker grouse fail to survive the winter. In February, the gamekeepers burn strips of heather to create a patchwork of new and old plants. Grouse need young, nutritious heather shoots to eat, as well as the taller stems of older plants for nesting. As the days grow longer and the sun rises higher in the sky, spring advances on the lower slopes of the moors. Some birds and animals have spent all year here, on the pastures and along the streams. But other birds are coming back from wintering elsewhere, on the coastal mudflats which provide rich pickings in the winter. Some have come from as far as France, Spain, and even Africa. On the heather hillside, the first signs of spring are heralded by the arrival of pipits and golden plovers. As the sun gets stronger, adders bask and insects visit the early flowers. In spring and summer, waders like curlew, snipe and redshank with their long legs and beaks can use the moors for breeding. They eat the tiny invertebrates that live among the roots of the rushes growing in the boggiest areas. On the moorland edge, small passerines, perching birds, are nesting too. An abundance of insects coincides with the breeding season. Moths, damselflies and butterflies are useful food for birds, especially those which acquire cuckoo chicks. And all over the moor, birds are sitting on eggs and feeding their newly hatched young. In turn, the flush of life provides food for scavengers and predators, which have their own young to feed. Grouse hatch their young despite the danger from weasels, stoats and crows. They also face another form of threat. On August the 12th, the grouse shooting season begins. Grouse exist in large numbers due to the use of traditional management techniques, which is effectively paid for by those who come to shoot. Moorland has been lost when owners have planted forests on the uplands or improved them for grazing using fertilizers to create green fields. This destroys the natural plants, animals, insects and birds which make up the diverse moorland ecosystem. By the time the heather comes into flower, nesting and breeding for all species of moorland birds are virtually over. This is the time when most people visit the purple moorlands. It's also the end of summer, and the majority of birds are leaving their heather breeding grounds. The glorious purple haze of autumn fades, and the moors quickly resume their bleak, wintry appearance. Apart from the red grouse calling from their lookouts, the hills of Northumberland National Park are once again empty and isolated.